All right, what's going on, dudes, and welcome back to Minecraft. This time we're checking out another command. This one gives us the ability to spawn in these three really useful tiny little structures. Should just make life easier for us. It's called Pocket Buildings by the Red Engineer. It's all linked in the description if you're interested in trying it yourself. Let's get into things. So now that we have the whole command block thing spawned in, we can make any of our pocket houses just by combining any of these resources together on the ground. So let's start off with the pocket house. Throw a brick and block a diamond on the ground, and we get the pocket house spawn egg. And let's just put that down right over here. Why not? So pretty cool, right? This has literally everything you could need to survive in a 3x3x4, well, 5 area, I guess if you count that thing. I don't even know why the glass post is on there. That's like the one thing I'm confused about. I'm sure it has a use for something. I'm not aware of it though. But anyway, the rest of it, other than having a whole bunch of bookshelves to increase your enchantment level, you've got basically everything. So the way you enter is you got to retract the piston by clicking on the daylight sensor, and then you're free to go in. Now, the only thing to keep in mind is like this flip-flops depending upon if it's day or night, so you'll like have to reclose or reopen it behind you if it switches while you're in here from day to night or night to day. But anyway, now that we're in here, we've got chests, we've got an anvil, we've got a brewing stand. Everything is accessible from the inside except for, well, the farming stuff up top, obviously, but you know, you can go up top to manage that. You got your enchantment table, more storage, more storage, more storage. This one actually pipes into the furnace here, and then you've got another item hopper here for like just, you know, you can feed your coal, you can feed your items in automatically. In this chest, we have the remove pocket house egg, which we can use when we want to get rid of this thing, but we'll wait a moment for that. And then we've also got a bed, crafting table, and back up top again, you click on the daylight sensor to exit. We've got the nether wart, we've got a cactus, and some wheat, and a light, of course, which turns on when the piston is closed. So everything you could possibly need. It's super cool. Super duper cool, and you can just spawn it on the fly, and then you have all the resources you could ever want to spend a night, do what you want, including this glass post, which exists for some reason. Maybe it's to stop mobs from spawning, but again, I don't know for sure. Anyway, so yeah, dude, you can live in here, you can sleep if that suits your fancy. It's a little claustrophobic, so hopefully you don't have claustrophobia. Otherwise, this may be problematic for you. But otherwise, that's pretty much it for the pocket house. Now, you'll notice I actually have mining fatigue. The reason why this exists is because if we switch on into survival, it just makes it so you can't accidentally destroy anything while you're in a certain radius of any of these structures, but pocket house in this case, for example. So now that we move far enough away, the mining fatigue goes away, but as soon as you get close again, there you go. You can't break any of the blocks accidentally, but you can do whatever right-clicking stuff you need. Pretty cool. So that's Pocket House 101, the first of the structures. And then if we want to get rid of the thing, all we got to do is go back inside and utilize it here. It'll get rid of everything except for the workbench, because the workbench is below the ground level, but you know, really difficult to get rid of that. Anyway, let's go back into creative mode, and we'll grab our other items and spawn the other structures. So this is going to give us the pocket mine. Pickaxe, pretty appropriate for that, right? So throw the diamond block and the iron pickaxe on the ground. I accidentally picked up the things before they were able to combine. There we go. So we've got our pocket mines. This thing spawns, well, as you can imagine, a mine. But it's pretty cool. It's like a little outhouse-looking structure at first, but then you go inside it and you're like, oh man, that's pretty nifty, right? So you've got a couple of storage chests here. One of them has the removal item in it, of course. And then you've also got a furnace here, so you can pipe items into that and smelt whatever ores that you get. So we can dive on down in here. There is a water pool that spawns at the very bottom, so you can just sort of quick drop all the way down if you want. And I believe it goes down to y equals 4, or wherever the closest bedrock is, the first bedrock that it runs into. I'm not entirely sure what it chooses there, but you can use it to, whether it be to find caves on the way down, mine whatever ore shows up in this whole shaft here, or use it to get to the level you need to strip mine. Has a bunch of uses. Now, the only shortcoming is if you run into a cave on the way down, like say this opened up one block over here, it would just be a gap. It doesn't spawn a stack of blocks for the ladder to reside on, so you'd have to just fill in that gap. But otherwise, pretty cool stuff. At least the ladder here made it all the way down to the bottom. And that is that for the pocket mine shaft. Pretty nifty. Now, if we use the remove pocket mine item, it doesn't get rid of the mine shaft. It just gets rid of the structure on the ground, but you can always just, seal up the thing if you want to make it go away. But, I prefer to have open mine shafts all over my world. It's very safe, usually, so you can accidentally fall into them, like I had in Crash Landing, Anyway, let's move on to the final structure, which it's about to be nighttime, which is kind of the time you're probably going to want to be using it. So this is the Pocket Fortress. Yet again, a block of diamond, but this time combined with a shield, which again, it makes sense. And we can go ahead and spawn this. I don't know. Let's spawn it over in the field over here. This one's really cool. It has like defenses built into it and stuff, and places for you to shoot out of. Anyway, let's go ahead and explore it real quickly here. So up top, we've got a chest with the removal item for when you do want to get rid of it. Now there's a bit of a hazard in removing this thing. Assuming you've utilized the defenses, we'll get into that in a moment. But yeah. Anyway, down in the structure, got a cauldron. We've got another anvil. We've got an enchantment table. Again, no bookshelves, because that does occupy quite a bit of space. And more useful to have this all be built out of obsidian, so it's blast resistant. But you can open up all these different little windows, and you can shoot out as like a porthole for defenses, which is, that's kind of nifty, right? And then, of course, you can add to your enchantments while you're in here. You can, if you want, you can just sleep off the night, which kind of circumvents the entire use for this. But at least you'll be safe while you're at it, unless there are mobs directly around the thing, in which case, despite the fact that you're really safe, it won't let you sleep. So you just have to shoot everything away. So I guess that's a good use for it. You've also got your brewing stand, which you can use. And that's mostly it for the passive stuff. Now, we do have the active defense, which is what you kind of have to be wary of, because as cool and as useful as it is, it does kind of trap you. So anyway, here we go. If we hit the button here, all these dispensers are filled with lava buckets, and so it'll pour it out. The problem being that it kind of makes you stuck. But it's really cool because it flips out the trapdoor, which sort of expands the radius of the lava, and it looks really cool when you're in here. I mean, come on. That's pretty awesome. You're just like in this place surrounded by a wall of lava, and if you shot out through this, it would be like flaming arrows that you would be shooting, which is super cool too, right? The only thing you might want to have, though, is a fire resistance potion for yourself, and you're going to see why, because I'm going to use the remove pocket fort item right now, and if I were in survival, things would become immediately problematic for me. But that said, other than that small issue, which if you can just block off, find a way to block off the lava or something, then you're fine. But yeah, whatever the case, whatever the case. So yeah, that's that for all of the 3 different types of pocket buildings. Let's switch it back to daytime and just spawn them all as a recap. So once again, we have the pocket house, we've got the pocket mine, and we've got the pocket fort. Pretty useful stuff. So anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like the video. If you liked, you can check out the command in the description once again. And other than that, you can check out more commands in the playlist, subscribe for more videos, and that's all. I'll see you next time.